Hello everyone and welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. Today we are back on the Birmingham Cross City line with another look at Rivet's Turbostar gameplay pack for this route. Today we are in the West Midlands Railway Class 170/5 Turbostar. It's a 4-car set and we are doing 1 Victor 25 from here at Birmingham New Street down to Bromsgrove, and then the AI takes over to Hereford. So yeah, let's get on with it. So set the DRA. Oh, before I set the master key. Boom, boom, boom. And where is it? Boom. Safety's online. Open the doors. Get the GSMR on. Yeah, so our stops today are Birmingham New Street, Birmingham University, and Bromsgrove. Yeah. Train lights are already on. Headlights today running. Yeah. We since I recorded the last video, we've had the absolutely shambolic release of the West Coast Mainline Birmingham to Crewe route by All Aboard Studios. That route has the foundations of a good route, but quite frankly, it's just unfinished and crude, is what it is. There's three. See what we've got. There's 323. Pendo heading to Euston. Another Pendo heading to it says not in service. And yeah, so and a 350 over there going to Walsall. That service is actually playable between Birmingham New Street and whatever it is. Ooh, there's another 350. Nice. And I do have the LNWR branding patch active, so I can actually see all of the like, you know, the branding. Buzzing back. Power, please. Shush. Right, next stop, Birmingham University in 2.5 miles. I might get Birmingham to Crewe eventually. Like like a lot of it looks really good, but it just needs a couple of hefty patches in order to fix everything, and even then I'd only get it on like at least 50% off, because it is what's there is unfinished and quite frankly crude. And then we had the same issue this time around. For the fourth time in a year, we had the guys on console getting different builds than the people on PC, and the wrong builds at that, which is just unacceptable. How has this happened 4 times already? It's a bit of a pity we can't play any Turbostar services that go beyond Birmingham New Street up toward Lichfield, Trent Valley, but it would be unrealistic for us if we did. The cross-country service is already unrealistic enough. Cross-country Turbostars don't stop at Bromsgrove in real life. And I believe there are holes in the not holes in the timetable, but slots in the timetable to accommodate the Class 220 Voyager, which we do. That comes with which is a DLC for the Riviera line. Alright, maximum power. One thing, Rivet recently announced that they are doing another gameplay pack with and putting the Class 171 Turbostar and Class 377/3 on East Coastway. And also that they're going to be that is going to have new sounds, which are then going to be backported onto the Birmingham Cross City and 5 Circle versions of the 170, which is quite nice that we have something like that, that they've made accommodations for that they're actually backporting sounds. You probably saw all of the lighting issues around Birmingham New Street and the Cross City line, which are fixed on Birmingham Crew, but which those fixes, I imagine, will never be backported onto the Dovetail Cross City line, which is very annoying. It's a total immersion breaker. On the plus side, though, the Cross City line is a relatively decent performer on the like, yeah. 1.3 miles to Birmingham University. I can go up to 50 for University. Since after this tunnel we shouldn't have any more, so I'll open a window so we can get some more glorious sounds. Yes. We like those sounds. .9 miles, cutting power. With the windows open, the sounds are decent. With the windows closed, it's far too quiet in here. I don't know why it's like that. Yards, 2 minutes. This is one of the last add-ons released before TSW6. I wish that they could have included announcements, because Rivet actually included announcements with the ScotRail version of the Turbostar and 5 Circle. So why they weren't included on here is anyone's guess. Here's University. I do like the Turbostars in TSW. They're pretty decent. .323, just departing there. With its distinctive motor sound. I do like the .323 sounds. Even, like, they don't need a mod to make them good. Onto the brakes. Oh, what? Okay, that was interesting. I was wondering why I was zooming in like that. This pack is also compatible with guard mode if you're interested, and the class 323 is as well. Okay, we've got 1 more minute here, and then we're on to Bromsgrove, which we should reach in about 12 minutes. I do like the visual modelling. Like, one of Rivet Games' strength, even on its terrible routes, like the Erosaline, is the quality of the modelling, and the Turbostar is no exception. Look at that. That looks pretty good. That West Midlands rail livery looks absolutely superb, and there's differences between the two different Turbostars, like interior colours, the lack of a first class section on the West Midlands rail one, that kind of thing. Let's do a shot of us leaving while we get a shot of another Turbostar coming in. Hang on, I'll move the camera. Right. 10 miles to Bromsgrove, platform 4. So it's the... Okay, right. That platform. On a slope, you could definitely tell the Turbostar does not have a lot of power in it. This is cripplingly slow. Shut the window so we can actually hear ourselves think. It's got a decent level of functionality too, like, it's got all the stuff which you need. Here's Selly Oak. So we've got exactly 10 minutes to do just under 10 miles. That should be easily doable, depending on the speed limit. One thing I'm not looking forward to is the going down Licky. Like, with going up from Bromsgrove toward Birmingham, all you have to do is wang the Turbostar in maximum throttle and it just does it itself because it doesn't have enough power to reach line speed on that slope. But going down should definitely be a bit hair-raising. Probably not as hair-raising as taking this thing, putting it in free roam on the Bernina line and then trying to get it down that 7% grade. That would be pretty terrifying, I grant you. There's another 323. This station's interesting. I can't remember hang on, what's this station called? Bourneville. It's really interesting because it's got like these purple accents, which you don't really expect from a West Midlands themed station. On the other hand, going down Licky, that was a green signal and the AWS just went off. Hello? And now yeah. Anyway, we should have no trouble keeping to line speed at all. 45 limit. Onto the brakes. There we go. That's the 45 board. Having to use notch 4 just to maintain our speed. Oof. Yeah. I do like the Turbostar. Like, if Rivet Games haven't made a route since they released 5 Circle almost 1.5 years ago. So I have a suggestion for Rivet Games for their next route. If they could make London Marylebone to Aylesbury, complete with a class 168, 166, 165. Ooh, RHTT, hello there. 2 RHTTs. 3 RH... What? Okay. New fact learned. There are 3 RHTTs parked just south of Kings Norton in the autumn. That's insane. I thought there... Okay. Where was I? Marylebone to Aylesbury. Like, that'd be a pretty cool route, since the Chiltern Main Line remains unelectrified to this day for some reason. They could... For 3 of the train models we already have in the game, because the Class 168 is a member of the Turbostar family, so it would only require light adaptation. The Class 166 is already in the game. The Class 165 would require mild adaptation. There's a overtaking a 323. And then the Class 68 would need some work to do. The Class 68 would need to be modelled, and the Class 68 would need to be modelled. The modified Mark 3s would need to be modelled. The Mark 4 DVT would need to be modelled. And then if they wanted to go fully modern, they would have to model the Mark 5s, which have literally just come into service, and the Mark 5 driving coach, which looks like a bit like a Class 397 Civity that TransPennine Express use. As another 323. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool, honestly. Yeah. So, and it'd be relatively easier to do since we already have a lot of the stock already in the game. 168 we basically already have in the game. 166 we already have in the game. 165 we basically already have in the game. And then just the 66 is, and Mark. They probably just want to do Mark 5s, and Mark 5 driving car. That'd be it. And I know how developers love to reuse rolling stock, even our favorite ones like TSG or Just Trains. And it would also be a fantastic reprisal of the London to Oxford route via the Chiltern Main Line that we've had in Trains and Classics since 2011? Something absurdly long like that, and it is absurdly outdated by this point. So if we could have the Chiltern Main Line in TSW, that would actually be so cool. Especially the Class 68. The Class 68, you could put in a direct rail services livery and haul around the FNAT nuclear wagons that Skyhook Games are modelling in their Cargo Line Volume 5 pack. Yeah. Finally approaching 90 miles an hour. Yeah, we gotta be careful. Are we approaching the top of Licky? I think we are. There's a weird engine whine going on. I assume that is in the real train, but it definitely sounds odd. It is rare you can get up to a good speed on the Birmingham Cross-City line. There's the branch to Redditch off to our left, which is also modelled, and there's also a brand new route in diesel rail casting, which models the Redditch branch as it was in the 1960s. So if you do have diesel railcar sim, it's available on the Redditch branch is available on Steam Workshop for free if you're interested. I've got it and I've played with it a bit and I like it, especially when juxtaposed with the 2019 version that we have in TSW. Onto the brakes, whistle board. There's a lightly used works siding off to our left. You can tell because they actually model the tracks being less worn, which I do like. Gives you a visual reminder of how well some bits of track are used. That's some weird textures on the track coming in. Okay, here's the start of Licky. Whee! Oh my goodness, it's like staring down the gates of a roller coaster. Notch 1 of brakes appears to not be holding us. We've got a double yellow signal. And there we go, there's another AWS going off. Let's just leave the train to get up to speed to 80 miles an hour by itself. I'm not putting in any throttle, and look how fast we're going. Under 2 miles to go to Bromsgrove, and I think, honestly, we might be late unless I put my foot down. Excuse me. Oh. Maybe it's like that in real life. Maybe it is cut that close. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Especially with Bromsgrove being on a 0.9% grade, even without Licky. This is going to be a tricky braking operation. Let's get notch 2 going and start slowing down. 1 mile to go, single yellow. Why do these hills have double AWS magnets? Is that realistic? I wouldn't know. $900 yards to go. I think we might get there in time if we're lucky. Here's the bottom of Licky. Onto the brakes, please. It's 50 miles an hour. Okay, I think we might slow down in time if we're lucky, but I can see why they electrified the cross-city line. Doing this in a diesel is terrifying. Also, I wanted to get some more Turbostar practice in before the new 5-circle timetable drops from Skyhook. Shush. Everything's going to be okay. Onto the brakes. Stop. Thank you very much. Bit of a late stop, but I'll take it. DRA on. Versa neutral. And there we go, platinum medal. Only lost 32 points for speeding. Nice. Oh, look. You can't make this stuff up. Look at my stop accuracy. It's the funny number. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be all for this video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.